The sun turns to ice. Close your eyes, forget my black clouds cry as atoms collide. Death eats life, creep inside. I know you've done all you can to change me for yourself. Blistering skin that shines, I climb out to find myself by myself. Please just hold on, soon we'll all be singing. Reigniting, let's go to the beginning. To the beginning. Cut all ties, the familiar mind sees all light, shadows hide. All that was hid deep down, I'll uncover to the sound of brass and bells. By myself.
Hello and welcome, friends. I'm James, and I help people find board games they love so they can play them with people they care about. Today, we're going to try this game here, Metrorunner. Metrorunner. This is definitely in that cyberpunky kind of vibe, you know, post-apocalyptic, everything's neon for reasons. We don't know what those reasons are, and we don't care. We're going to check this out today. So, happy to be here with you. Welcome in, Allison, Dispatchinator, Lady Offcost, the usual crew. Nice to see you. Hope you all are doing well. I know it's a bit of a weird stream. We're starting late. My kids went to summer camp today and had to get dropped off in the rain. And that took a little while longer than expected. But I'm happy to be here with you now. So, hope you all are well. And I think we're going to get get right into it here. This game, I'm hoping, is better than Cyberpunk the board game, which I really wanted to like and didn't. And this is kind of a, you know, a similar sort of vibe. So I'm hoping that that it's a little better. Also, this game has the single coolest component I've seen in a long time. It's these guys. They might not look that cool on camera from the top-down camera. I'm trying to think of how best to show you guys. Maybe the card cam will do them kind of justice. These are just the coolest things ever. They're metal. Oh, that did not work. But they're like these metal tiles, and they've got like, yeah, this funky finish to them, where they're all kind of different colors, and I suspect this is maybe a glow-in-the-dark paint on them. I didn't actually, I didn't check, I don't know, but sure looks that way. But they're just, they're cool looking for sure. So, in this game, we are going to be playing the solo mode versus the rogue AI, which the evil corporations have put in place to stop us. Well, we got to pick a character, actually, and that was one of the things I didn't do before stream because they're all super cool. So maybe I'll show you guys a couple of these. They're just kind of neat. They all have a special ability that's going to affect our ability to hack the system, you know, because surely that's what we do. I like the shoulder pads. But these characters look super cool. The art's fun. I think that like this cyberpunk kind of vibe, just generally bright neon colors and, you know, arbitrary hacking against evil megacorps just suckers me in every time. So I'm going to pick one of these. Nito Mosquito. I really like the art aesthetic. Those are my colors. All of them? Just anything neon, Allison? I'm just going to give these a shuffle, and I'm going to pick one kind of at random here for our character today. But yeah, I like this vibe for sure. I think the art in this particular game is like fairly well done. It's kind of like a little bit. We'll see. We'll have to see how we go through as we go through it. It's sort of like I don't know how to describe it. There's the character art and like the box cover and whatever, but other than that, it's just sort of like it's a little bit more muted. Not vividly, that was the wrong term to use. Not like color saturation wise, but like overall, like the board, like there's not like a ton going on here. Like overall, I would say that the game has like really crystal clear iconography. It's very visually distinct kind of what's going on. But there's little bits of cool art kind of thrown in here. So I got Iman Rezu, who can cloak. That's his deal. That's his special hacking ability where he can swap any tile with the death tile, the bad tile, which we'll talk about in a second here. Vortak. Oh, hey, Cosmic Beat. Thanks for that sub. Appreciate that. Hacked. Yeah, it's just a fun headline for the game. Cyberpunky kind of thing. I soloed this yesterday. Hard to score high. Okay, I lose on stream almost all the time. So I expect that this will be on brand then. We'll see how it goes. This is my first play, so we'll see. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But yeah, in this game, we're going to be trying to beat the evil rogue AI. That is going to be taking actions with this rogue AI deck. And here on the board, there are a couple little tokens that indicate kind of where the AI is. We're going to end up moving those over the course of the game. Because each turn, we're going to move our piece, this guy here. Maybe I'll show you on the slider cam. I don't know why this is like a statue of a dude, but it is. So, I don't know. There's cool components here. They're a little arbitrary, though, I feel. Anyways, we're going to be moving that guy on the board here, clockwise around the board. We get to choose how far he moves, and then when we stop there on a spot, like let's say we moved to this spot here, we can either do the action that's shown on that spot, or we can do one of the actions that's like in exactly the wrong place for me to show. There we go. We can either do the action shown or do the kind of district action. In this case, in either the downtown or heights district, because this one kind of straddles these two districts. But we're basically going to move, take some actions, And then the AI likewise is going to do kind of the same thing. They don't really play along, but they kind of interfere and get in our way. We also are going to gain notoriety and influence. Influence is this top track down here. Okay, we have these little markers. Per usual, blue, that's the bad guy because that's Martina's favorite color. So we picked blue as the bad guy, the evil AI. But we're going to track our influence up here and our notoriety down here. Okay, these are going to be worth points at the end of the game, and they're going to unlock some stuff as we get to certain points on these tracks. Okay, bring on the imminent death, an homage to our AI overlords. There you go. Yeah. Hey, now listen. I always choose blue as the bad guy. Then I never forget. I'm used to getting beat down by a player who picks blue as their color, so you know it just works. I don't get confused. So we're going to be slowly gaining influence and notoriety. That's going to give us like some additional kind of actions we can do. But primarily what we're going to be doing is completing, oh, I think so. Anyways, first play, I could be wrong. But we're going to be completing jobs. So that's these cards down here. Okay, this is like a basic one that I start with. And this is just like we start with a random one as well. Okay. So in order to complete jobs, we basically got to acquire these resources shown in the top left corner, and then we're going to gain some credits or other resources, as well as either influence or notoriety. Okay, and then some of these jobs also give us like lasting abilities, like this yellow one here. They pressure the stockholders. If I pressure the stockholders, then in the future I can use yellow cubes as any other cube. Okay. Normally in the multiplayer game, there's a little mini game where we're also trying to have the most, like there's a majority scoring where we get bonus points if we have more of our own color than anyone else. For the solo game, we just get extra points for completing jobs of our own color, which is red. Okay, now there is also a different other little mini game here where these things here, these are contracts. Okay, and these contracts, I filled these out randomly. These can be kind of moved, assigned at the start of the game. Basically, when we complete a job, we're going to tuck it under our player board. And if we get a set of jobs that matches one of these things here, we can complete the contract for additional points. Now, we only have 3 slots underneath our board here. They're actually, it's double layered. Like, this was a lot of trouble. I don't know that this makes any sense to me. We're tucking things under a board, but they actually like literally made the boards like double layered. Like there's a big lip here. So you can very easily get those cards tucked under there. Attention to detail is high in this one, I guess. But yeah, we're going to tuck these under when we complete them. And then we're going to slowly like accumulate, you know, like this is a yellow card. So I could use this towards one of the yellow contracts. But I have to have all the requirements for that contract in like this slot. Like if I wanted to do, for instance, this contract, I would need a yellow, a purple, and a red. And I only have 3 slots, and I can only have 3 cards in each slot. So there's a little mini game completing those contracts at the end of the game. And then the only other like cool thing to know about here is this whole thing, this with the neat components here in the middle. These guys, these wicked tiles. Okay, these are the metal ones in the Kickstarter version. And this is our little hacking mini game. Okay, so I might have to move this so that we can actually see it on camera ever so slightly better. That'll work. Didn't take much, but basically as an action, we can sometimes come here and manipulate these tiles in order to complete one of these cards up here. Okay, so normally what our job is to try and connect the 2 green spots. Okay, so like from here to there, or from there to there. So we have to declare that we're going to do one or the other of these, and then we're trying to connect those spots by moving these tiles around. We essentially can move, I think it's 2 tiles for free, and then we have to pay additional cubes in order to do any additional moves. We can also brute force tiles, which allows us to just cover them up with this little four-way thing. I think we can do that only once per attempt. And we can never go through this crazy angry skull tile. Okay, so there's a couple limitations there. We'll play with that when we get there, but basically we're doing a little mini game where we're trying to connect stuff. If we have sufficient influence, whoops, that's the wrong one, then we can also we can connect the blue spot additionally, the alpha and the beta spots, okay? But only if we have enough influence to do it. And then if we do that, we get additional rewards. So we got a little hacking mini game. We're exploring the city, completing jobs. We're hacking. There's neon everywhere. It's got all of the dressing of like a cyberpunk-y kind of game. You have a cool white outline around your hands and cards when you bring them close to camera. Yeah, that's very intentional. The card cam has a outline around the edge because part of how it masks these out, it leaves them a little jaggy, and instead I put a outline on it so that it looks cool. These are the little attention to detail things that I try to bring to you as a streamer. Is it high value? No, I don't think so. Do I do it anyway? You bet your ass. So, let's give this a go. So we are Iman Resu. We can cloak. So that our special ability, every character has a special ability when they're doing the hacking mini game. Ours lets us swap any tile with this evil doom skull tile, which we can never use successfully. So we can kind of get it out of our way. But we can only do that once per attempt, and it counts as one of our 2 moves. So there's a lot of restrictions and limitations on how much we can kind of get done with that, basically. But that's okay. We will get there. So let's figure out what the hell we're going to do. How are we going to earn points? We started with a couple of cubes. We got a red, purple, and yellow cube. We also have 1 credit. Credits are primarily going to be used for little bonus actions that we can do. They're called boosts. We can do them in addition to our normal action for the turn. But I think basically, let's try and complete some jobs because we have no idea what the hell we're doing. So we can either I think we could either try and complete jobs, or we could try and jump into to doing some hacking here. We start on the hack spot, so we probably can't do that. Okay, so what are our options? So we always move clockwise around the board here, and we move either 1 or 2 spots for free. We can pay cubes to move further. Let's try and avoid doing that for now, because we don't know what the hell we're doing, and those cubes are probably hard to come by, right? So we basically can either go here or here, which is going to allow us to either like gain a cube or grab a couple cards from the job board, right? So yeah, we currently would get 1 cube for this. If we go here, later when we are more notorious, when we've increased our notoriety, we can get 2 or 3 cubes. Okay, so we can gain a cube, or we can get 2 job cards. Their job cards are limited to 5, so maybe let's try and complete the jobs we have instead. Okay, let's see, what do we need? If we wanted to complete this job, we would need a blue cube, which we don't currently have. Okay, or if we want to complete this one, we're going to need some black cubes and yellow cubes. Black a thing? What is that? I don't think that's a thing, is it? There's distinctly 5 colors of cubes, but I don't have that. I don't have black cubes. I received 2 bags of red cubes, which seemed odd at the time, but I I think maybe I just solved a mystery and one of them was supposed to be black cubes because, yeah. That surely is not red. So that's a downer. I'm not sure how we're gonna manage that. Let's take a look here. 20 each in black, blue, orange, purple, and red. Okay, so we just didn't get black cubes. We got 2 reds and no black. So we're gonna fix that real quick before we get started. In the only practical way I know how while on stream. Where we're gonna take some of these red cubes, not very many, and we're gonna mark them with a Sharpie. I don't think I have any other cubes handy. I mean, do I have something else I could use? Maybe. Maybe. I don't think I do, though. I really don't have anything handy that I can use in lieu of black cubes. So, you know what we'll do? Yeah, we'll just mark them with a Sharpie. That'll make me feel good. Oh, that does not work at all. Okay, we're not marking them with a Sharpie. We're getting something else. That failed. All right. Because I have it handy for no particular reason, I happen to have these discs from Voidfall sitting here. These are now black cubes. Okay, that'll work. Problem solved. Okay, so when we go to collect the cubes, I believe we just get the cubes of the color of the district we're in. Oh no, they can be any color. That's why it's gray. Okay, so let's go get some cubes. Let's move once. Okay, we don't need jobs necessarily right now. I have no idea what a good job is. What I do know is that the jobs that we do have here are like extremely expensive. Like this one requires like 7 cubes, which feels like it's going to be very hard for us to get. And so let's just try and complete the jobs we have. So we're going to go there. Because of our current notoriety, we only gain 1 cube. So we can either let's try and complete this pressure the stockholders job. We could complete this one immediately, our prep work, but it's going to leave us like really shy on cubes. So let's instead try to pressure the stockholders because it only takes 1 additional cube and it gives us a like end game, like for the rest of the game action where we can use yellow cubes as anything. Okay, 1 time. So we've moved 1. We get 1 cube. We're going to take a yellow one. So we have 2 yellows, a red. We need a black cube, which will be our crescent disc things instead. Thank you, Thunderworks Games. And that's it. That's our turn. I don't think we need to do much on the cleanup phase here. But let me just check that I'm not missing something stupid. First turn and all that. Well, I skipped way too far. Oh, that's literally just if we're exceeding our limits. 10 cubes, 5 job cards. Okay, so it's now the AI's turn. Also, the game ends when one of 3 things happens. Either we run out of this deck, these are job cards. One of these markers goes past this line, or we have 9 jobs completed. Because we can only have 3 columns of 3 each. Alright, so let's get the solo mode right. Let's make sure we play this AI correctly. So we're going to flip out the AI card. It's going to look something like that. Which is basically going to tell us how far these things move, right? So this yellow one, gold one is going to move 2 spots. And this one's going to move 3 spots. Okay, we cannot be in the same location. as other players, the AI in this case. And then we're going to look at our notoriety and, or I guess we only look at the notoriety, not influence. So we're going to look at the notoriety track down here. And basically, if we're ahead of the AI, it's going to do different things, presumably harder things, okay? But we're currently tied with it. So we're going to execute the actions shown on the left side of this AI card, okay? So it's going to discard this card, the only red one that gives us a bonus point. It just happens to pick that one. It's going to discard that from the bonus, from the job offer. Oh, hey, we get an easier to complete red one. That's cool. And then it's gonna gain influence. And that's it. Okay. Well, that overall that was really easy to execute. Yeah, if we had done it's ahead of us, so like because we're tied or behind, it's like it did one thing. It got rid of a job card. If we were over here, it would do multiple actions. It would have cycled the deck. It would have messed with the panop tiles, and it would have also put some cubes out in the districts, which we can earn when we do a district action. Anyways, that's it. That is the AI's turn, and now it is our turn again. And we keep going until either one of the markers passes here, this whole deck is gone, or we have completed 9 jobs. So should be pretty snappy turns. Okay, so we can gain 2 jobs, or we can go hack. We can move to these 2 spots for free, right? We don't have what we need to complete a card right now, so let's try the hacking mini game here. So we're gonna go 1, 2, okay, to this hack location, and that means we can do this little hacking mini game. So, like I mentioned before, basically, we can, if we want, we can turn over one of these decks. We can. That's not the time for the slider cam. Okay, so we can turn over one of these decks. Okay. Like just flip to the next card basically, okay? And then once we've decided that we like, dislike, whatever, we commit to doing one or the other of these cards, okay? And then we have to be able to form a path, like if we were doing this one, from this top one down to this one here, okay? Because that's what's shown, bottom, middle, and top left. Right? And the actions that we can take are that we can do 2 actions. We can rotate a tile 90 degrees. We can swap 2 adjacent tiles. Okay? Or we can like shift a row. So we would like boop this over and this would then, come down to here. Okay? And we get 2 actions for free, and other than that, we have to pay a cube for each additional action. Okay, so that's going to be spicy. I think we can do the card. I think we can like pretty easily do the card on the right. So I think that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's just make sure I'm not cheating here or anything like that. So we can optionally put one of the cards on the bottom of its deck. We declare which one we're gonna attempt, and then we can do up to 2 manipulations. We have also of course can do our special manipulation cloak, which is swap this tile with any other tile, but we can only do it once per activation. Okay, and we just basically we can swap up to twice, or more if we pay a cube per additional thing. We can do it an infinite amount, 1 cube per additional manipulation. And I think we can brute force once. It says a brute force token may be placed on any non-skull token as a free action in order to temporarily turn the target into a four-way intersection. And it's not something that costs us credits or anything. So once per thing, we can get a free little four-way thing. Only one can be placed for hack action. Okay, so we're going to try and activate this card. Okay, so we have to form a path from this tile down to this tile. And we have 2 actions to do it. So I think what we want to do is we want to use our cloak ability, swap any tile with the skull tile. I don't know why skull is just a word that doesn't want to come out. So we're going to swap this one with this one. Okay. And then we can rotate this 90 degrees. And ta-da, we've done our 2 moves, and we can go from this one down to here. And that means we've completed this successfully. Now, if we were further on that influence track, we could also try and connect to this blue one, which we failed at, and connect to the pink one way up here, which we also failed at, and to collect additional rewards. But we're not there yet anyway. So we did our little hacking mini game. This means we get the rewards shown on this card. We gain 1 notoriety. Getting there. We're more notorious than Martina, the evil rogue AI. And we also gain a credit. Credits basically let us do bonus actions. We kind of mentioned that earlier. This lets us, we can pay 1 to move ourselves to any spot on the board. Okay. Any unoccupied spot, rather. We can pay 1 to get rid of all the cards in the, just clear the deck here and put out 4 new ones. We can pay 2 to increase our influence or notoriety, whichever's lower. Or we can pay 2 to take a second different action in addition to the one we did. Okay? So that would be for instance, taking a district action. If we take a district action, that's where I got the cube thing incorrect. If we took a district action, we could gain a cube, for instance, but it has to be of the color of where we're at. Okay, so now in addition to finishing that, we flip this over and we're going to place some cubes out. So this shows us that we're putting purple cubes in the red and yellow districts, in Market Square and downtown, our home district downtown. I think this gets set in a discard pile. And that was our hack. We did it. We hacked the network. Feeling good. Living the dream here. We're incrementally more notorious. I'm tempted to try and spend our $2 to get our, to increase our, what's it called? Our influence, so that we can do additional hacking. But we'll also just get that at some point here just by completing a job. So maybe let's hang on to our money for now. So what's our AI going to do? It's going to move this 2 times. 1, 2. It's going to move this one 3 times. 1, 2, 3. It's actually ahead of us now because it can't go on the same spot as us. Which is annoying because that's the only place we wanted to go, was to go pick up a cube. Jerk. That's okay. And then we are ahead of it on notoriety. So we get to do the mean stuff. The extra actions, basically. So let's get this right. We cycle a network card to the bottom of the deck. So we cycle this one. This one goes away. We then mess with the panop tiles. So we are going to do whatever it shows here, which these swap and these swap, which is kind of irritating. And then we're going to put a blue cube in the South Side district. And then he's going to gain 2 notoriety. What a jerk. All right. So it is our turn. The hell are we gonna do? I think we're gonna try and we're gonna take a district action, because then that lets us get the black cube we need anyway. So we would move 1, 2, but we're gonna just move here, and hopefully maybe we can try that hacking game again next time, because we'll have enough influence that we can do the blue one as well. So we're gonna move to here. We're gonna take the district action. So we can do the district action either in south side or the heights, because we're bordering them. But we're gonna do the south side district action, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a black cube. So we're gonna have a black cube, one of these moon tiles, okay? But then we also get to take everything else that's present here. So we get to take that blue cube also, which is pretty sweet. Now, unfortunately, it is an action to complete a job in a district. And we need to be in the district, like we need to be matching the color of the district, which I completely forgot about, because we need to be on literally the other side of the board to complete this these actions or these jobs. We have enough to do them, but we need to be way the hell over there, which we obviously are not. So that sucks, but what are you gonna do? What's our AI gonna do? We have less notoriety than him. So he's gonna cycle this one. He's gonna swap these two tiles, which I'm not doing because they're identical. And then he's gonna place a black cube in the market square. All right, and then gains a notoriety. I feel like this game is gonna last like 6 turns. He's just gonna like be done, and we're gonna lose. It's gonna be bad. We'll have completed nothing. So, realistically, oh, I didn't move them, did I? I didn't move the pieces. They move relative to us in this one. Oh, they block our hack action anyway. Okay, so we have 2 viable options. We can go pick up a new job card that we can complete with our current cubes, okay? Or we can pay $1 here and we can move to any unoccupied locations. We could actually like zip to the other side of the board over here, and then we could start completing some stuff up there, which is what I think we should do. So we're gonna give that a try. We're gonna spend $1 to hire a car, and we can come over to here, and then we're gonna take the district action because we want to complete this yellow card. Okay, so we need to pay 2 yellow cubes, a red cube, and a black cube. Okay, and then we gain 1 influence. We also get either another $1 or 2 cubes. I think we want to take cubes. We want to keep completing some jobs here. Now, probably let's just take some red cubes because we need it anyway for this. And red gets us bonus points. So, and then we get to tuck this under any one of the boards, our choosing. Let's do this one. So when we tuck this under, we gain the bonus shown on it, which in this case is we increase our notoriety. So we can increase our notoriety to the point where we're going to gain 2 cubes if we go to any of those spots on the board, but we're still behind the AI, which probably means we do easier things. Also, we do get to take the things from Market Square because we did do a district action. So we have 6 cubes, 2 red, 2 purple, a blue, and a black. So we have enough to complete our downtown action next turn. Let's see what the AI does. Oh no, the AI moves relative to us, which sucks because I was hoping that they were going to be, you know, messing around on this side of the board doing nothing. They're in fact blocking our hack action too, which makes me irrationally angry. So he's going to cycle this. He's going to swap these two tiles, mess with our heads a little bit, and we're going to put a yellow cube out in the heights. And he's going to gain more notoriety. Well, we're not going to actually get very many turns at this rate. Like, I mean, I don't know whether we've just been unlucky, but all that's happened is the AI's gained notoriety. It's like, looks like it's a 50-50 split. It either gains notoriety or influence, but it's just been notoriety so far. It's kind of racing up that track. All right, so he kind of screwed with our plans here. So we can use a yellow cube in the future one time as any other cube when we're completing things. So we should keep that in mind. Okay. We're also at the point where we can get 2 cubes with our cube action. We have enough notoriety to do that. So we might just want to take cubes. We're going to end up in the downtown and can complete this. But why don't we take some cubes now and then we'll try and pick up a job next turn and then complete these 2 red jobs while we're up at this side of the board. Maybe. Let's give it a whirl. So we're just going to move to here. We gain 2 cubes of our choosing. If we want to do that, we know we're going to need another red cube and another yellow cube, which we can use as anything anyway. So let's just take those. And we're done. AI's turn. Man, turns are fast. Okay, yellow moves forward 1 and blocks the only spot we want it to be able to go. And this guy's right behind us. The AI is like snuggling us. That sucks. We have less notoriety, so they're going to cycle this deck again. I'm not even looking at what's going on here because they just keep screwing with it. And a blue cube out in the waterfront. And hey, look, he gains notoriety again. So, I feel like we're just going to lose. Like, the game's going to end in, like, at this rate, we've got, like, another 3 or 4 turns. And we're, like, I feel like we're hardly getting going. You know? But, here we are. All right. We're supposed to be scoring something like 70 points, and we've currently earned about 3. So this is going to be a fast and like a very abrupt loss, basically. Okay, let's take a look at this AI or this hacking minigame. Because we could move into the downtown and take this action if we wanted. Okay. If we do so, are these ones very viable to complete? Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Okay, let's see how this would work. So currently, this one here, it's from the... We have to get from here. This is probably the best spot for it to be. So if we wanted to achieve this one, we have to come from here and get down to here. So the only thing that's in the way is... Well, this won't work because it's currently, you know... Whatever. We could rotate this and it's done. Right? We could do that in a singular move. And then we're able to complete the blue ones to get an additional reward, a cube, an extra cube. If we wanted to do that, it's already done, actually. We literally have to rotate this one time, and we get the green one and also the blue one. So let's hack this. That feels like a good idea, maybe. I don't know. James is on metric time. I don't remember that quote even a little, but Trombone, welcome in. All right, so we're going to move to here. We're going to hack the system. We're going to spend 1 action rotating this, and then we've completed both the green and the blue actions on this. I guess this should be flipped. So we gain a notoriety. We gain a credit. We gain a cube of our choosing, which, let's just take another red one. Because Thunderworks was kind enough to give us an abundance of those. And then we get an additional cube of our choosing. Now we're at 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. We'll be at maximum cubes after this one. Let's take another yellow one, because yellows are flexible for us. And we are going to need some here soon anyway. And then we are done. So, what's the AI going to do to ruin our day? We have lower notoriety. Gold's going to move 3 spots forward. Black's going to move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, they're really in our way. That's okay. No, he's going to kill the one card we wanted from the job offer. We were just too slow to get it. Because he blocked us. We were going to take it, and then the stupid AI was blocking us, and he messed it all up. That sucks. That's okay. We'll find a way to deal with that later. And then he's going to increase his influence this time. It's a disaster. I don't know how much of a disaster it is. Listen, we're currently scoring 3 points on a target of 75 or something. Game's at least half over, so that's good, right? Okay, so we have to move 1 or 2. We're going to move there. We are going to take the district action in order to complete this card. Okay, so we need to pay a red, a blue, and a purple to complete this. We can tuck it under here because then we almost have enough for that contract minigame, right? We have a yellow card completed and a red card completed, which means if we complete a purple card down here, we will complete this military contract for 5 additional points. We're going to pay these guys. I also should have looked. We earn an influence for that, for our trouble. And we also get another cube of our choosing, which, let's just take blue because it's the only one we haven't got. Okay. And then we gain this purple one also because we took a district action, which means we are at 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cubes. Yikes. What are we on? That's a cube one. Okay, so I think we're done. We're done. We could pay to take an additional turn, but I don't think it's worth it at this point. The classic get in our way. Oh, he just stays where he's at. Okay, the AI moves to a spot relative to where we are. He gets rid of this fabricate ID paperwork, which looked tempting, but no more. And then he does something else, which I have no idea what that means. Return all cubes to the supply from the district containing the black rogue token. Ah, well, too bad. There's none there. Joke's on you, AI. You suck. And he gained influence. So our immediately ending game is not going to end immediately. That's good. That's good. Okay, so it is our turn. We do not have any jobs. Let's go get some. Let's go here. Now, when we draw jobs, we can draw them from the job offer here, which is either the top of the deck or any of these 4 available cards. So, we probably want to take this purple one. It's very completable. And, it gives us some, oh, I see. This is how we gain a brute force tokens. That's going to help us hack. It's going to be worth points, and it's going to let us complete this military contract. So let's take that one. Okay. And then we don't flip out a new one yet. We either take one of the existing ones or we grab one off the top. So we don't really have what we need to crash the markets here, but we could get it soon. We're not wildly far off because we do have a little bit of everything. And this gets us both markers and is worth 7 points. So I think maybe we just take this one. This one over here is a like freelance contract, so it can count as like anything for the contracts at the end, but it doesn't like we don't get any bonus points or anything for it. Let's just take this guy. We'll crash the market. We'll hijack a UN satellite and crash the markets. All in a day's work. Now, that was a district action. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So we can take this one and be happy. We basically have enough to crash the markets. Not quite, but close. All right. Hey, Seth, how's it going? How you been? Hope you're doing well. We're crashing markets and stuff here. Hijacking satellites. All kinds of nonsense. We completed this. Oh, you know what? When we completed this, I failed to add these cubes. I think that one would have got yoinked by the AI, but this one would have been on the board. Whoops. That's okay. Fixed now. All right, so the AI is going to get rid of this job and is going to take all the cubes out of downtown again and then gain some more influence. Not too bad. So we probably want to complete this UN satellite. Now, an unfortunate thing about that, doing a solo game today. So is there an Autobot? Yeah, so there is an AI player. It's a little hard to see on the board here, but there's 2 tokens. There's this yellow one, little AI digital brain there, and then hiding up here, oh, there's a gray one. And basically, the AI is going to move around the board and largely get in our way, because in this game, we move clockwise around the board. We move 1 or 2 spots each turn, and we can't go to spots that are occupied. And when we move to a spot, we basically get to do the action that's shown on it. So if we want to hack, we have to move to this spot. Like this AI is blocking our gain cubes spot, and that's just too bad we can't do it, right? So kind of a shame. Big jerk of an AI, I guess. So let's figure out what we want to do. We want to complete this action, but I think this might be a time where we want to complete this and also hack, because we can pay $2 to strong arm the locals and take an additional action. It just has to be different than our first one. So we could first hack, and then we could strong arm the locals in order to complete one of these, or vice versa. Maybe let's strong arm the locals first. So we're gonna move 1, because we always have to move. And or I guess we'll do the district action first. So we're gonna hijack a UN satellite. We're gonna pay 2 purple. Let's see it here. A red, a blue, and a black. Also, I didn't actually get black tokens with my copy of the game, so we're using a substitute I had to find very abruptly. But that's okay. So we've paid those. We gain a brute force token, so we can use this in order, when we're doing that hacking minigame, in order to turn any single tile other than the skull into a little 4-way tile, which is cool. We also gain 1 notoriety and 1 influence. And for the rest of the game, when we pay purple, we pay 1 fewer cube. And if we tuck this here, we now have a... Oh, you know what? I didn't take the notoriety from either of these. So we should actually move up 2. We're more notorious than the bot. Anyways, for the rest of the game now, we're going to pay 1 fewer purple cube. We can use 1 time per trade or per contract, per job, whatever. A yellow cube as any other cube. And we have a yellow, red, and purple job complete, which is the same as our military contract here. So that means we can get 5 bonus points at the end of the game. So we probably want to start trying to work on one of these other ones in one of the other slots here eventually. We do have a yellow card. That's the one that I happened to pick. So maybe we'll work on that surveillance one. But we completed that job. Life's good. And we're going to pay $2 to strong arm the locals to do an additional action. And we're going to take that hack action. Okay. And we are going to hack, I think, this initiative systems one. That gets us more notoriety, which I don't know if that's good actually, but it's what's available. Okay, we're definitely not doing this one because we would have to like make a lot of changes. So we are allowed to cycle one of these one time first. Would we rather do this? Grifter Tech Hub or Initiative Systems? So we either have to go from, we have to change this board so that either we're getting from kind of the left side here down to the left side here, that's Initiative Systems, or from that same spot, the left side here, down to down here, which seems not particularly achievable. So probably we're going to do that Initiative Systems, because I think it's actually pretty easy, right? I suck at visualizing this, but yeah, I think we just have to do 2 rotations and we get 2 moves. So we're going to do Initiative Systems. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to rotate this one 90 degrees. And then the second thing is we're going to rotate this one 90 degrees. And then Initiative Systems is complete. Now, if we wanted to, we could complete the blue objective. We'd have to get from here, we'd have to also get over to this side here, which is not very plausible for us to do. We'd have to really do a lot of moves to get that. I think we could do it in 2 moves, but that would cost us 2 cubes, and our cubes are in short supply. So I don't think spending 2 cubes to gain a cube is worth it. So we're just going to call it there. We're going to complete our Initiative Systems, which gains us a notoriety, a credit, and a cube of our choosing, which, where are we going? We're going to need to get back to the yellow zone here. Let's take a blue cube. And then we're going to put some cubes, a yellow cube in the market square, and a red cube over here in the heights. And this card's out. So we hacked. We completed a job, strong-armed the locals, and hacked a system. And we are done. What's our AI going to do here? The gold is going to move 1. This is going to move 2. So they're really in our way, which is annoying. But that's okay. We have more notoriety than the bot this time. So he's going to get rid of this job. All of the district things in this district are going to go away. Did I just place this out when I hacked? I think I did. Yeah. Sucks to suck. And then he's going to gain 2 on the influence track, which really just serves as a way of ending the game, but that's okay. So it's our turn. The hell are we going to do? We need a black cube. We just need a black cube in order to be able to complete this. So we could come here to south side and we could take the district action to gain a black cube. We'd also get a free purple cube just to make us feel good. Okay. Alternatively, we could do just go to the cube actions because we're going to move 1. We basically skip these spots, right? We're going to move 1 or 2 spots. We're either hacking or gaining some cubes. I don't think we want to hack right now. We don't need more notoriety. I guess if we just go steal cubes, gain cubes, we get 3 cubes of our choosing, which is better than a black one and a purple one. So let's do that. Let's just go here. We're quite notorious. So what 3 cubes do we want? We want a yellow cube. We want a black cube. And then we spend 1 fewer purple. So we really don't need a purple cube. Let's just take a red one and hope that we can get a red job, because they're worth an extra point to us at the end of the game. Okay. Maybe not the most exciting turn, but here we are. All right. Annoying. We got more notoriety. This guy's going to burn another job. He's also going to yoink both of these district things and then gain 2 more influence. Okay, so if the bot ever gains influence again, then like we're going to get 1 more turn. So like we're really close to the end of the game. Now that may or may not happen. They might gain some influence or something instead. But currently we're looking at 13 points down here, about 15 from our thing, and like that's basically it. Like we're at in and around 30 points, and our goal is something more like 70. So I think this is our moment to, like, we don't have time to go, you know, waltzing through the waterfront. If we hack, it's worth a couple of points, but the single thing that's worth the most points to us right now is completing this crash the markets job that we have. We have the cubes we need, so let's do it. So let's spend a credit to hire a car. Okay, that's gonna get us, we're just gonna go here. I don't know if that matters. Let's go there. Let's go there. And now we're going to take the district action in the market square. I guess we get that last. But we're going to complete a job. So we're going to complete crash the markets. Okay, so we need 4 yellow cubes. We spend 1 fewer purple cube, so we don't need that one. We need a red one. We need a black cube, our, you know, it's not a cube at all, alternate, and a blue cube. So 4 yellow, a red, a black, and a blue. And we crash the markets. We earn 2 credits back. It's enough to take an additional action, which is probably worth doing because we're not going to get a whole lot of extra turns here. And we also earn 1 influence and 1 notoriety. It's pretty big. Let's put this here, because if we do, we don't have any jobs to finish, but if we put this here, we gain an influence, which is worth 2 points to us. Every time you say notorious, all I hear is notorious. I don't think I've got the same vibe, Allison. I don't know. Okay, so what is it we want to do? Ideally, we want to probably do this. We want to complete this surveillance thing. It's worth an additional 3 points. In order to do that, we would need to complete a blue job. The only one that's available is this one here, which requires 2 blue cubes, a red, a black, and a yellow. So we would need like mega cubes in order to complete that, right? So that's going to be hard to do. I think we just hope that the AI, we save our pennies and hope that the AI doesn't screw us. And that they increase their notoriety. All right. This one is going to move to be 2 behind us. This one's going to block our cube action, which we were really hoping wouldn't happen. Oh, we do have this yellow cube. That's ours. We have more notoriety than them. That's gone. Those are gone. Game is over. We have 1 final turn, I believe. Okay, so we have 1 final turn. That sucks. So we could hack. If we can hack both of these, we can get like a fair bit of money. You know, we could get, or not money, but a fair bit. We could get 2 notoriety, which is worth 6 points. That's interesting. It's an option. We could also pick up a job and then try to complete it immediately. Now, there are no yellow jobs here, so probably we can't make that happen, right? We can't get this additional contract. It's the only one we could potentially qualify for. But if we can complete this smuggle mission briefing, and that would let us increase our influence by 1, 2, which is essentially worth 3 points. That's also 6 points. So hacking, probably worth 6. Yeah. Or completing the thing, worth 6. Let's just hack. Hacking's more fun. We're gonna go 1, 2 over into downtown. We're gonna hack. This is only worth it if we complete this one, the Syndicate X Works. Let's cycle this deck and see if it gives us another one that's worth it. Maybe. Okay. This one might be easier to achieve. We really want to get. So we want to get this one, and we can do both of these, but we really care about this one here because that gets us our notoriety, and each notoriety is worth like 3 points essentially, right? So we have to get from the top middle down to the bottom left, and we have to also attach the top left. Is that achievable? Probably. Is it easily achievable? I don't know. So if we rotated this, we'd have much of what we need, but not like this tile is a problem, basically, right? But we could rotate. I could swap these two, and then I could brute force this one. So in 3 actions, or wait, brute forcing is free. We can do this. We can totally do it. So we're gonna do, yeah, we're gonna do this one here. It might even be easier to do the other one. Nah, whatever. We're gonna do this one, Horizon Holdings. Okay, so our first action, we're gonna swap 2 tiles, or use our cloak, our special ability. We're gonna swap the skull and that tile. Okay. And then I'm gonna rotate this 90 degrees. And I'm gonna, as a free action, I'm gonna brute force this top tile. So we've got from here up to there. It's connected on the left, and it goes to here, which is connected at the top. And it's not worth doing the extra things in order to connect to the blue one, but that's okay. We hacked. We did it. We get 2 notoriety and a cube of our choosing. I don't know that it matters. We don't have a job. So we're just going to take a red cube. And then we have a couple cash here, which we could strong arm the locals to do a different action, but it's probably not worth it. So what do we get at the end? Let's see how scoring works. We're gonna not get anywhere on this thing, but we earn completed jobs, any contracts we fulfilled, our points on the influence and notoriety track, 1 point per red card that we have, and 1 point for every 5 things left in our area. Okay, so not spending our money is probably worth it because we don't actually have a way to do anything with it. So we're done. We are finished. So let's see how much we scored here. Okay, we're gonna grab the scoreboard, score pad. And we don't actually score the AI. It just kind of gets in our way and is a pain in the butt. And we see what we did. So, for completed jobs, we score all the ones down here. So we got 10, 16 points. Okay. For contracts, any of these where in a given column, the icons match what's on a contract, we get bonus points. We can only do each contract once. We can only do a maximum of 3 contracts because we only have 3 slots. We didn't get anywhere close to that. We got 4 jobs done out of a maximum of 9. So we completed this contract, the military contract, and that's it. We didn't quite get the surveillance one done. We're going to get a cool 5 points for our troubles. Then we're going to score our influence track. Also, I want opinions. What does this icon look like? What does that look like? And why does it represent influence? I want to understand. Because every time I see this, I just see like a phone booth with a like Euro credit-y kind of sign on the side. It doesn't work for me. I don't know. Anyways, we get 5 points for that. For notoriety, we do a lot better. We get 18. Okay. We get 1 point per red contract we completed. We had 1 of those. And then for all of the resources we have left, we get 1 point for every 5. We've got 6, so we get 1 point. So let's see what we did. We got 26, 36, 44, 45, 46. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That ain't good. Let's look at our score track here. Okay, so we didn't completely fail. We didn't completely fail. The lowest score listed. I thought it was a bank building, but it could be a server tower. Ooh, okay, maybe. Okay. I don't know if this is gonna show up. No, it's not. I can't fit it on there. But let's look here. The worst score listed is 40 or lower. Would have been a corporate punk. We're not that. We got in between 41 and 50. We are a dystopian noob. We want 76 or higher to earn prime runner. We would have needed an additional 30 points, which is wild. I think we were like a turn away from being able to complete an additional contract and get the surveillance thing. An additional job and get the surveillance contract, which would have maybe, on a good day, been worth like an additional 6 or 7 points for us, right? So we were not close, to be clear. We were way down. And the game kind of lasted a little longer than I had anticipated, where they were really accelerating on that notoriety track. And I thought that was going to just end the game really quickly. I will say that, yeah, this was not high scores don't seem easy by any means. We'll have to try again and see what we can do. So not a total loss as a dystopian noob. Exactly, right? Like, you know, dystopian noob is pretty much what I aim for when I'm playing a new game for the first time. I think we're going to try this again. And we're just going to see how different it is. Shuffle everything up again. See if the AI deck plays differently. Something that I had assumed, and the first kind of card or two from the AI deck kind of indicated that. I thought that if you were ahead on notoriety, it would generally be doing more stuff and or be harder. Like that it was kind of self-balancing like that. But I'm not actually sure that that's true. I think it just might be, it's doing stuff. Dystopian Noob would be an excellent band name. Not terrible, not terrible. So yeah, I don't know if that's actually, if my assumption about the, oh, I should have included these ones. My assumption about the difficulty being self-balancing, I don't think that was correct. So I think we're just going to try to do our best. Something that's non-obvious is I don't know if it's actually worthwhile to hack. Like, it feels like we should be trying to get cubes and complete contracts, like, fast. Or jobs, rather. But that's hard. Like, I don't know. I would say the AI did a pretty good job. Not because it's clever, but it just was, like, continuously in my way. If I had a plan of, oh, I want to do this one turn, and the next turn I'll do that, pretty much consistently, it was in the way, right? Enact Robin Hood Protocol, incite foreign revolution, sabotage extremist militia, and instigate culture war. Wow, we got some crazy stuff we're doing here. We're just doing all the things. All right, we're gonna shuffle these up, put them out again, see what we get. Okay. Wow, we got lots of samey colors. You gotta go to the heights, do jobs there if you want to be a spy, be into the espionage game. All right. I think we'll have to pick a new character also. This guy's swap ability, his cloak, was pretty strong. I liked it. It was very useful. That skull tile is a pain in the butt. Okay, who are we gonna be this time? Let's shuffle them up again. Just look away. We're gonna be Fragment. We're the shoulder pads lady. Sweet. What's our deal here? Hype. Rotate any two tiles in the same column. Okay, so that's a little bit... God, I wish I was Martina. Martina's really good with spatial things. I'm not. That's like in the... I don't know. I'll have to be more clever than I am in order to use that effectively, basically. Just going to give these a little smoosh. See what we end up with. We'll call that shuffled. I guess we got to shuffle these guys up too. All right. I think we're all set up here. Only thing is, I don't remember where the AI gets positioned at the start relative to me. Oh, they go on the hack actions in the adjacent districts. That's right. All right, so I'm going to take a 1 minute break here so I can stop sniffling so damn bad. And then we're going to dive right back in here and see if we can do better than Dystopian Noob. Maybe we'll shoot for Elite Sysop. That's 61 to 65. Surely that's doable, right? We just have to add like 50% to our score. I think we can manage. So I'll take a brief break, and when we get back, we'll give this another whirl. All right, friends, let's get to it. So we start with the same cubes we had last time, because we played the same character. It gives us a little starting setup. So we start in downtown. We start with a purple, red, and yellow cube, a credit. Okay, the starter downtown job, and a random job, which was falsify records in lawsuit. That's pretty serious stuff. What does that let us do? What does that mean? Gain what? One cube. Okay, so if we gain a black cube, if we get this completed, anytime we gain a black cube, we also gain an additional one. So that's kind of cool. It's interesting because I feel like a lot of these have like extra powers or whatever on them, but the game was so brief that we really didn't get to kind of like scale into that very much, you know? It was just kind of like we started, and then not that long after, it was done, right? So, let's try and play things a little differently this time, right? We don't know what we're doing. All I know is that I'm bad at it. But what I do know is that I could gain a singular cube, or I could go get these 2 red contracts while they're here. They're each worth an additional point to me. I don't know if that's worth doing or not, or if I should ignore that, and instead of getting the red ones, I could get this yellow and black one, and then I would have what I need in order to complete the military contract. Or I would have most of what I need to complete the financial contract as well. I would just need to do a blue one and the starter one. So I don't really know. Let's try and just stick. We'll play this one. We'll try to stick to just doing the red contracts. We can try to get this financial and surveillance things done, and we'll just maybe ignore this falsify records. It would be nice to have those extra cubes though, but whatever. I don't know what we're doing. Anyway, 1, 2, we gain 2 contracts. We're going to take, or 2 jobs. We're going to take these 2 jobs. So we have 3 red jobs, oodles to pick from. There's another one and a blue one. Lure tourists into a data scam and decrypt the missile routes. All in a hard day's work, as we've said before. Okay. What's the AI going to do? He's going to move to exactly this location and where he's at. We have less notoriety than him. So he's going to cycle this deck. Swap these 2 things. Excuse me. And add a purple cube down here in South Side. And then he's going to gain a notoriety. All right, so we cannot complete any of our contracts right now. We need either like a ton of red cubes, or we need a blue cube. Okay, so we also need some black cubes in here somewhere. Not really, though. I don't know. Because we could go here and just gain a cube of our choosing. But 1 cube sucks. That feels like an absolute waste of a turn, right? We could come down here. We don't need jobs. We could do the district action to gain a black cube and a purple cube. It doesn't really help us a ton, though. You know? Also, if we get our notoriety up at least 2, then we get to the point where we can take this action to gain 2 cubes, which is, of our choosing, a lot better. So maybe some early hacks are worth it, right? Let's take a look at the up here. So we either have to get this, like, in from the left to the middle, or the same thing but 1 down. Here, down to here. Those are kind of sucky, We could do this one. We could do this one. The Capron station with 2 rotates. We could do it. And we can't do any of the bonus ones until we have at least a little bit of influence. Maybe since we know we can do that one, how could we get that influence? Is there a way we could get that influence and then hack it? It just lets us min-max for an extra cube. We would have to complete a contract, basically, which we currently can't do. Or a job, rather. I mean, if we go grab this heights thing, we could do it. But then we can only do that once we get... You know what? We can't hack anyway unless we pay a cube. So let's just go here, and let's take a blue cube, and then we can just complete our downtown thing at some point in the future. We at least have what we need in order to do it. Get it out of the way. It gives us a cube back. We can be happy about that. Yikes. Okay. This guy's gonna move 3. 1, 2, or wait, 1, 2, 3. This guy's gonna move 4. Wow. Okay, they just don't want us to exist and do things. We have less notoriety, so this other red one gets burned. Unlucky. And then he's gonna gain an influence. Fudge the annual report. Some white collar crime. Why not? Okay. So, probably we want to take our moment here and hack, right? Like, it's going to be an eternity before we get to do that. The only other option is, instead of hacking immediately, if we really wanted to min-max, we could spend our $1, hire a car to go up here, and then complete that job. But I feel like we should do that. We should save our pennies and always use it to take additional turns if possible. So we have a viable action. Let's go here and let's hack. Okay, so we are gonna... Let's rotate this. Let's cycle this one in case we see something amazing. Ooh, this one actually is really like pretty achievable potentially. Does this get us? It gets us 2 cubes of our choosing. That'd be better. So this one we have to go from the top right to the bottom left. Now this has the 4-way thing down here, and there's a nice little connector in the middle. So currently, if this was rotated, we would just need to do something about this one. Now, I don't know how fixable that is, actually. Because if we shift these ones, it messes this middle one up. It almost works really well. Wait. We could shift these and then rotate one, I think. If we shift this over, this one would be here. And then we rotate the middle one, and we're done. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this one. Tiger Industrial. We're going to target that one. So we're going to do a little shift here. So these ones are going to move there. And this will move to there. There. Thar. To thar. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. Anyways, and then we're going to rotate this one 90 degrees. And then now we can enter here at the right, go down, and exit here at the left. Exactly like we need to for this. We gain a notoriety for that. That's almost enough notoriety to get 2 cubes on the board. But we also just get 2 cubes of our choosing. Now, I think we should be really clever about what we want here. And probably just take red. Because we have all those red contracts, right? And we definitely want to just get those moving. We could alternatively take 2 black, and then we can finish this one, which gets us that bonus power. But is that just a distraction? We could finish this one, which also gets us a bonus power, but it's less lucrative because it lets us use red as anything else. But we know we're going to have tons of red anyway. let's just stick to the script. We're going to take the red ones. We're going to take the red ones. Okay, so we hacked. We lived the dream. We're going to add 2 blue cubes. One in south side. One up here in the market square. This looks extremely lucrative for taking a district action and gaining 3 cubes that we're going to eventually need. We don't have a great way to get 3 cubes worth of income otherwise, so let's try and find a way to do that. So this one's going to move 2. This one's going to move 3. It actually moves ahead of the other one. Weird. Okay. And then we are tied for notoriety, so that counts as less, basically. Fudge the annual report gets gone. Liberate funds from the vault. That sounds much more noble than I think it is. And he's going to earn an influence. Okay, cool. So we're in a really happy place here where we can just take the district action to get 3 cubes of our choosing. Or not of our choosing. These 3 cubes. The 2 that are here and a black cube. Which we don't need a ton of them, but we do need at least 1 black cube in the future. Oh yeah, it's a black cube, our handy, absolutely useless, not a cube replacement on these 2. So we're at 9 cubes now. And hold on, I want to check something here. Did I mess this up? Okay, so district action is both to gain the cube and complete a job in the current district. I thought it was one or the other. So we probably missed out on some cubes last time. So now we know. Now we know. Okay. Anyway, we did the AI stuff. I think. I hope. Did we do the AI stuff? I confused myself now. Yeah, because we got the liberate funds are available now. 3 turns. What did we do? Let's. We took jobs. We grabbed cubes. We hacked, and then we did the district actions. We haven't done the AI yet. Oh my god, they're miles away from us. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like I did that twice, but it wouldn't make sense because I've taken 4 actions. So anyway, whatever. Okay, we got to complete some things, but we need to be up there to do it. Which basically means that the only viable actions we have remaining right now are hacking. Okay? Because if we're not hacking, we're picking up cubes. And we don't need cubes. We could complete this, which wouldn't be terrible. We need some influence here, man. I mean, we could spend cubes to move further, too. But they seem really hard to come by, so that doesn't seem very worthwhile. But we're sitting on, like, a ton here. We gotta, like, get some of these things done. If we hack, Are any of these very achievable? Not really. Well, I think it's 3 moves to get the Capron station, and the other one's worse. Let's just hire a stupid cab. Maybe this was a mistake taking all kind of one thing. But we can take the district action and we can complete. Probably we get rid of this extremist militia first. Let's just do that. We got to clear out some cubes here. It's 1 yellow and 3 red. Okay. Gets us 2 cubes back or $1. We want the cubes. And we gain an influence, which means our hacks can be more effective now. So, what 2 cubes do we want? Probably those red ones back, because we need lots of them coming up. And we're in the red zone, so we want to complete them while we're up here if we can. Okay, so we completed 1. We gained our influence. Where do we want to tuck this? We can either gain 2 cubes. Do we just keep putting them here and gaining cubes? I mean, we need to focus on picking up a yellow and a blue job soon in order to do that. Let's put them here for now. If I gain 2 red cubes, then I still need a yellow to complete this. Gives me 1 on each. It's not any better to complete it now. So I don't know. Let's just take let's take 2 red. Or a red and a yellow, because we can get another red here easily. We'll hope for the best. And we're done. We did our district action. There's... Oh wait, we get to take a cube. We gain the cube, then we complete it. That's right, so we do get that. Alright, cool. AI's turn. What's it gonna do? It's gonna move 1. It's in the way. It's gonna move 2. It's also in the way. We have less notoriety, so it's gonna cycle this. It's gonna swap these 2. And it's gonna put out a black cube down here in Southside. And then it's gonna gain a notoriety. Alright, so do we want to move and hack, or do we want to move and then complete our inciting of a foreign revolution? Hard to say, really. I mean, inciting the foreign revolution gets us $2, which we could then spend to hack, potentially. So let's try that. So we're going to move here. We're going to take the district action. So we gain a red cube, and then we can complete this. So we need 4 red cubes, a black cube, a blue cube, a yellow cube, and a purple cube. A little bit of everything to incite a foreign revolution. That's just what it's going to take. All right. This is going to be worth 7 points to us. We're also going to get $2 dues. That's nice. We get 1 on each track. So now we're at the point where we can gain 2 cubes, which is big. I think we're going to put it here and get some more influence, because I want to get to the point where we can do all the hacking really soon and just see if that works. So we gain an additional influence for our trouble. And then we could hack right now if we want. If we do, neither one of these are great for us, honestly. The top one isn't there. It's these being side by side make the hacking suck. These being side by side make this particular set of hacks kind of a non-starter. We really want to get that extra cube if at all possible. I mean, we could try the hacking and then just like switch it up and see. Like, this is actually pretty doable with the blue one. We can only do the extra blue one. It's already set up that way. We just need to not have this tile be here, basically, right? We need something that's a little bit more... Well, if we shifted it, it would come down at the top and then go into that one. It wouldn't actually complete at the bottom anymore. So, mind you, it just sort of comes through here. I don't want to spend a bunch of cubes. I basically want to be able to complete this in 2 actions or less. And these ones kind of suck. They kind of suck. I don't know if it's worth it. But is it ever going to get better? I don't know. They're going to get rotated. They're going to get turned over. I feel like I wish I was better at this mini game. Like, it hurts my brain right now in a way that I don't care for. I like a little brain burny from time to time. I just don't like it right now. Imagine I shifted this. I can't imagine it, so I'm just going to pretend. And then I shifted it again. I wouldn't have it connected at the bottom. It would actually not connect at all. It would suck. Okay, we're just going to roll the dice here. We're gonna just... We can't take another district action. We have what we need in order to complete this. Maybe let's just wait. Let's wait. I'm not going to hack. We're going to save our $2. If I waste that and can't end up completing it or use a bunch of cubes, that's going to suck. This guy moves back to here. That guy stays exactly where he is. We have less. This gets cycled. Cool. Maybe that'll help us. These also get swapped, but they're the same tile. I guess they're rotated differently, though. Okay. And then we put a blue cube out in our current downtown. It's all right. Not the most horrible thing I've ever seen. The hack at the top is very achievable, or this synth 217 grid. This looks more viable than it did before, you know? That's cool. Okay, what are we gonna do? Oh, they gain a notoriety. Let's not forget that. So, on our turn, we need to either go here. Well, we actually have to go here and do the district action, right? So we get a red cube. We then can complete this job. Red, purple, blue. We don't want to group it up on this one because that really messes up our ability to do other jobs. So we will put it here. And it earns us a notoriety. We also earn an influence for it and a cube of our choosing. Plus, then we get to take this cube. So what's the cube of our choosing going to be? We probably do want to get a blue one done. If we want to achieve this, we would need a yellow and a blue. We don't have either a yellow or a blue card. Let's take yellow because we need that for both of them. That's the cube of our choosing. We're happy. That was our district action. I guess these are both unlocked now. What's the AI going to do to punish us? This guy's going to move 2 forward. This guy's going to also move 2 forward. We have less notoriety. He's going to cycle this deck. He's going to swap this skull into the absolute center, which is extremely rude. And they're going to add a yellow cube into the market square. and increase their notoriety. Okay, this is going a little more evenly this time. Oh, wow, I'm sitting there zoomed in on the minigame. Whoops. Okay. So, we could try hacking if we were so inclined. You know, we could do that. We can do all three now. I'm just not sure that we can do that effectively. So, we're back at the spatial struggle. I think we can do it in 3 moves, which is probably worth a cube. I don't think we won't get the blue one, but we would get 2 notoriety. So we're up to 3 cubes from notoriety. And we gain a cube of our choosing. We could do that. We could do that in the heights right now. Or we could come down here and we could take the 2 things that we need in order to actually be able to get that financial thing. Let's do that. Hacking feels like I'm not sure if it's actually useful. Let's go 1, 2, and let's grab these 2. Okay. Solidify client firewall. Discredit the rebel propaganda. Man. All right. What's the AI gonna do? Move forward. Move forward. We still have less notoriety. This fund the asset release is gone. And my man gains an influence. All right, so. We want to complete luring the tourists into a data scam. That's what we want to do. But we can move to there. I mean, if we move here, we actually have what we need to complete that immediately. Because we would gain a blue cube. And then we can maybe focus on picking up some remaining cubes we need for the next one. Or just get them up at the market square. There's lots there. Now, we are going to need black cubes for our Robin Hood protocol. So, does it make sense to just stop off and get these cubes here? I don't know. No, let's go here. Let's do the district action. We gain a blue cube. We then can complete a card, 2 blue cubes, a yellow cube, and we can use this red as any other color 1 time. And we've lured the tourists into the data scam. We might as well increase our notoriety. So we get 2 cubes of our choosing or a credit. Let's take 2 cubes. Maybe let's take those black cubes that are otherwise going to be really hard for us to get. And we get a influence. And then we get a notoriety because of where we placed it. All right. That looks all right. I like that one. I think we put this guy here. Actually, maybe we just put them where they're supposed to be because it couldn't be blocked. There you go. Okay, so we still have less notoriety. This one gets burned. And he gets rid of all the ones here in Southside. Shame. And we increase their influence. Okay. So. Dude is on our 2 cube spot. That is upsetting, but unavoidable. So, Do we hack? Is that what we do? We go here and hack. We don't have the cubes we need. Dude's blocking our cube spot. I think we hack. We have to hack. We're dirty, rotten hackers. I think we burn this and see what we get. The Cybercast XNet. All right. It's looking a little suboptimal here. These tiles are really useless in a way that makes me irrationally angry, as many things do. So, which one are we going to do? I mean, neither of these is easily achievable, actually, which is a shame. This thing in the center just blows. It is not making me happy. I think we could do this one more easily. But the question is, how do we best go about it? And I'm not sure what the answer is. And I wish Martina was here to save me. Okay, so let's try it. We're going to do the Cybercast XNet. Let's see if I screw this up too bad. We're going to shift these ones this way. It's one move. Okay. And then I think we wanted to shift these ones also. Is that right? That's two moves. Now I need to get it to exit on this side. So for a third move, I have to rotate this, I think. And then it comes down from here and gets out that side. Now, we are painfully close to having it make its way here. And for us to get that extra cube. But I don't think we're close enough for it to actually matter. Because these singular ones are really not doing it for us, right? We owe a cube. Or we can discard a card. Let's discard a card. We can discard a thing in lieu of a cube once per activation. We can do that. But how the heck can we... It's so close here. But the tiles that we have available are just poor. And then likewise down here, it doesn't really work out. You know? So I think we just take our losses. This was not our ideal action, but we still gain a notoriety. We gain $2. We got lots of money right now that we should use. And then we don't get anything else extra. We put a purple cube up here in the market square. We gotta go get those cubes before they ruin our day, is what we gotta do. Because we get 4 cubes if we take a district action in the market square. We gotta do that. Please don't ruin it right now, AI. I bet you they do. They literally do exactly that. Okay, so this guy's gonna move to be 2 ahead of us. And this guy's gonna be 1 behind us. We have more notoriety than them, so we're gonna cycle this deck. We're gonna swap this stupid skull back into the middle. Love that for us. And then on the gold one, we destroy all the cubes, and I think it's for both markets, so these all go away. So that was like, we just got randomly wombo comboed in like the worst possible way. This is in the shittiest spot again. All those cubes that we needed are gone, and he's blocking the spot that we want. Sucks to suck. But that's okay. We'll find a way. We'll find a way. Oh, and he also gains 2 notoriety. So the good news is we want to complete this yellow thing, and we're going to do so by going here. It's a disaster. That's right. That's right. It totally is. We're going to go there. We get 3 cubes now, so we can just take 3 yellow cubes and be happy. AI ruined our day, but we're just gonna see how this goes. We're not gonna allow it to get the best of us. We're gonna also score like literally no better than last time, but that's okay. Okay, so we have enough to complete our enact Robin Hood protocol, which is gonna help us hack a little bit. It's gonna make us pay less for yellow ones in the future, and it's gonna let us complete this financial contract. So it's actually super lucrative to us. So, are these hacks super achievable? Not particularly. Not particularly. At least the top one isn't. Bottom one's okay. Yeah, bottom one's doable. We can get the left side, including the blue thing. And if we want to pay an extra cube or something, we could get the other side too. All right, let's try that. Let's go here. Let's hack. We're hacking. It's time. So, I should take a quick look at this top one. I think it kind of sucks though. Actually, no, if I slid this over, we would have it done. Or not done. We would have the extra part done. Okay, no, whatever. We're gonna get rid of this one. Spire Point server, you're gone. Scion Institution has replaced you. But I think we want to do this Cobalt Analytics. I think we want to do that. So, move number 1 is that we're going to... Oh, wait. I made a fundamental assumption that was wrong. Shit. I thought we were going to get all the things. And, alright, that's not happening. That's not happening. Whoops. Whoopsie doodles. You know what? You know what? We're going to pretend I had played this correctly, and then we did the district action first, because that would have given us one of these. Let's pretend I wasn't an idiot. Then we would have completed this thing with our 2 black, 3 yellow, which would have given us one of these brute force tiles. Increase on each of these. And we're going to put it right here, which means we get an additional notoriety as well. I don't actually like having this cutout section underneath. It's not actually useful, in my opinion. Okay. Now we're hacking. We're paying our $2 to take a second turn. Strong arming the locals. Now we're hacking. And now we've got this fancy ass thing that we can use. We have a bot. It's true. It's true. It's a shame. Why are the Twitch moderation tools so weird sometimes? Jimmy Turks is a real boy. Hello, Jimmy. Nice to see you. Alright. Bot resolved. There we go. Sorry about that. Good evening. I missed your good evening because I was distracted by the bot. Welcome in, Jimmy. We're playing some some Metrorunner here. We're hacking and stuff. I think you jumped in right as I was retconning my turn because I made a stupid mistake, but welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Beep boop. Yes, I'm an actual real human. Beep boop. That's good. That's good. How are you doing this evening? Are you a board game enthusiast? Have you played Metrorunner before? Perhaps. I doubt it, but maybe. It's quite new. Okay, so let's see if I can manage to not screw this up this time. I don't remember how I was going to do this puzzle. No, but I nearly backed it on Kickstarter, so I was curious to see how it's been received. It's been interesting so far. I think the reviews on it are a little, like, good but not great, and I feel like that's kind of where I'm at with it. So I'm playing it solo here, and this is my second playthrough. I played it once earlier. I got my butt kicked. Our target score was like 76 plus, and I think I got 46? 46. I was a dystopian noob, according to the rulebook. It's interesting. So right now, I'm doing the thing, you're watching me stare at a board, because I'm doing the part of the game that I find the hardest, where there's this little hacking mini game, where we've got these cards here. I have to choose one of these, and I'm trying to basically, the green locations on them, I'm trying to be able to connect those. So like I'd have to be able to kind of enter the top of the board here and then exit at the bottom if I was doing this Cobalt Analytics card. If I was doing the Scion Institution, it would enter at the top and exit at the right-hand side here. And how I kind of achieve that is up to me. But I haven't figured out which of these two I want to do. And I suck with spatial things. So this is like, actually, it's really not that hard of a puzzle. But like you can, for instance, you can like push these and swap them, you know, as a potential action. And it's just sort of hurting my brain this evening. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. But anyways, we'll get there. We'll get there. One of these days, I will figure out what the hell I'm doing. So I think that I can achieve this Scion Institution fairly easily, right? I don't know if I'm getting a ton of bonus stuff for it, though. But that's okay. But if this was rotated, and this was rotated, then I can achieve the pink and the green. Right? And you have two actions that you don't have to pay for, basically. Played it before, I got kicked. Yeah. I enjoy spatial puzzles like Cascadia, which is what attracted me, but I worried it might lack replayability a bit little. I think you're in an ad, but I'll speak to that after. Okay, so I'm going to rotate this. And then I'm going to rotate this. Okay. And we now... Oh, wait. I don't enter from the top on this one at all. What the hell was I thinking? That's a fail. Oh, that hurts my soul. What was I thinking? I was thinking something cleverer than I deserve. Okay, so hold on a second. Hold on a second. That was a big old fail. Okay. All right. Why do I suck so badly at this? It makes me irrationally angry. It doesn't make me irrationally angry. It makes me quite rationally angry. I want this to be achievable and easy for me. And instead, I'm sitting here struggling. Okay, what if we did the Cobalt Analytics and just forgot the other one, right? What could we do? We could rotate 2 of these, and then rotate this one. And then we're done blue and green. And the other one we just forget about. Let's do that. Okay, so my special power here, my special power on this is that I am fragment. I have hype. I can rotate any 2 tiles in the same column as a single action. So I can rotate this one, and I can rotate that one. Okay. Wait, that doesn't get it out. Oh wait, I'm looking at this wrong one. Okay, yeah. So I rotate those 2. We're doing Cobalt Analytics here. And then as a separate action, my second one, I'm going to rotate this. So I can move green from the top, out the bottom. I also connect to the blue. I do not get anywhere near achieving this one. Now, I could do that if I want to spend a cube to do it. I don't know if it's worth it. I haven't decided yet. I don't know. I have 1 cube sitting right here that I don't strictly speaking need. Right? I think it's probably worth it. Oh wait, I'll end the game if I do that. So no, it's not worth it. We're going to keep that. Okay, so we've achieved our Cobalt Analytics. We gain a notoriety. We gain a cube of our choosing. What do we need to do? We need to do a blue job. So we're going to take a blue cube. Okay? And then we get a credit, which we'll hope to use. This is our Cobalt Analytics hack. God, I apologize for that. That took forever. That really, I don't know why that one seemed so hard to me. But my brain was not happy with it. We put out a couple extra cubes out there, and then that's that. Oh, and I'm in the zoomed in view. Pro streamer, by the way. Wow. Okay, so Jimmy, as far as replayability, that's difficult for me to speak to, having only played it twice. But I would say that this does, at least, I don't know if you're going to play solo or with other players, this puzzle is not super complicated, despite me having just struggled on it. If I was actually good with spatial things, I feel like this would be like fairly simple. And overall, I would say that this is quite a light game, right? I don't know what I was really expecting, because I backed it what feels like an eternity ago. But so far, it's been interesting, but not like, you know, there's nothing mind-blowing here, I feel, right? It's been like, this is a cool game. I'll play this some more. I'm enjoying it, but I'm not like feeling like this is like the best thing I've ever played or something. All right, so our AI just passed the threshold. So in solo mode, we put out an AI card. We move the things to where they're indicated, and then we execute the actions based on whether we're above or below the amount of notoriety that this guy has. We are above, so we were doing the actions on the right, and he gained a couple of influence, which crossed this line here, which means this was the last AI turn of the game. We have 1 more turn, and then we are finished. So that is unfortunate. If we can manage to both gain a blue contract and complete it, then I think that's probably our best way to score some points. But doing so might be really difficult. That's fair. I appreciate the input. Yeah, it's an interesting game. Like, I'm glad I have it and that I'm giving it a try. Honestly, I will say one other thing though. I really like the vibe, like this sort of cyberpunky kind of theme. I don't think that comes across very strongly in gameplay here, but it comes across at least as strongly as in Cyberpunk, which was like the biggest disappointment for me in the last long time. So, this feels like it could be set as anything, honestly. It's that kind of classic sort of Euro vibe. The theme feels pretty interchangeable, but it's at least fun. And like these components and stuff are some of the coolest ones I've seen in a long time. I think these are Kickstarter exclusive, but anyways, it's been fun. It's been fun. It's probably not in my top 10, you know, but I'd break it out. All right. So we have 1 turn left and then game's over. Practical ways we can gain points. We can increase on these tracks down here. we can complete jobs. Okay. If we complete jobs that let us do one of the contracts, that'd be swell. But the only viable one is the surveillance contract, which requires us to complete a blue job, which we don't have. The only one is here, and it requires 3 blue cubes and a black cube. We don't have those, so I don't think we're completing that. I feel like this is one of the things where it's like, this happened to us last time where we just sort of finished some things. The solo mode goes very quickly. I don't know how the kind of full game goes with other players, but like it feels like you're just kind of getting into it and then the game's over. So I feel like there's not a ton of options for us in terms of what we can actually do here to earn points. Probably if we try and gain some notoriety, if we do a good hack and get 2 notoriety, that's worth 6 points to us. So that's probably our best bet, because we can't functionally complete any of these. The ones that are available on the board are pretty worthless for us. So let's move 1, 2 to the hack spot. And well, only one of these hacks lets us increase our notoriety twice. So we can one time cycle the decks here, or cycle one of them. So let's cycle this one and see if it gives us one. No, it does not. So we really want to do the cutter labs, and we really want to find a way to do it such that we complete the green and the pink. We don't care so much about the blue, it's just a credit. Who cares? So we're going to do the cutter labs, and we're going to figure out how we're going to make that work. Okay. I think that I don't love this one for us. But we also don't really care about our cubes too much. But we do care about them a little bit. Just a teeny. Just a teeny. Okay. So number one problem is that we got to move this thing. That's not going to do it for us, because we need to go, well, we need to come in from the left. Like that tile's not going to work. It's just not going to cut it, you know? And unfortunately, we have another one lined up there. Now, if we brute force, if we're willing to brute force, we can make that less bad. But the problem is that these tiles also suck, and everything in this row is these circular ones, which doesn't help us move in from the top and exit out the bottom. In fact, they're the only tiles where that won't work. So that sucks, because we can't just like slide in a different one or whatever, right? So what we could do is, if we slide this, I hate this for me. Okay, that's one action. That means the bottom one, or this green one, is actually complete. But there's no way that the pink one is going to be complete in its kind of present shape, right? However, we could slide this way. That's our 2 actions, okay, that we get for free. And we've still completed the green one, okay? But we have not completed the pink one. However, what we're going to do is we're going to use this brute force token we got previously as a free action. We can just place this on anyone other than the skull, and we can just put it right there. And then now we get the green one, and we also get the pink one, and we can be happy. And we only used our 2 actions for it too. That was a surprise for me. I'm itching for a cyberpunk themed game that isn't a dungeon crawler. I would love one that is a dungeon crawler. The upgraded pan-up tiles do seem purchasable from the Thunderworks pre-order site. I don't know that they're actually worth it. I mean, honestly, these are kind of clunky to use, but they're really cool. Like they're just a really neat component. Like the finish is neat, and like, I don't know. I like them. They do it for me. Oops, wrong one. All right, so we did our hack of the Cutter Labs. We get 2 notoriety, and we gain a thing of our choosing. Doesn't really matter because we can't really do much with that cube. But oh yeah, and they didn't give me black cubes. I got 2 bags of red cubes and no black cubes in my particular copy of this game. So I'm using scoring tiles from Voidfall as black cubes. Just the way it worked out. I was the unlucky one. All right, so if we wanted to, we could pay $2 to take an additional action, but it would have to be different than the one we had taken, which basically means it's a district action, and there's no way for us to earn any points that way. So I think we're just gonna be done, and we're gonna score, and we're gonna see what we get. So we score face value for our contracts down here, or for our jobs rather, not contracts, jobs. Okay, so we get 10, 19. That's an increase of 3 points. That's good. We then score contracts. So when we were placing these down here, there's like a little mini game where if we group them in a given column with certain colors, we can then complete a contract. So we have red, blue, and yellow down here, for instance, and that is our financial contract up here. So that's going to earn us 5 points. We're then going to score for our position on the influence track. We got 1 additional point over last game. And the notoriety track, we got the same as last game. We then, in the multiplayer game, there's there's a majority. You get points for majority, having more contracts of your color done than any other player. In the solo game, we just get 1 additional point per our own color of contract. So we have 3 red contracts, 1, 2, 3, we gain 3 points. We're going to score incrementally better than last time, but only incrementally. And then we total up all of our things, and we determine for every 5, we get a point. So we have 6, we get 1 point, just like we did last time. We scored slightly better, but it's not as better as we hoped. So what do we get? 24, 30, 48, 51, 52 points. It's enough to get us out of dystopian noob and into shadow user. That sounds cool, at least. We are a shadow user. We're just barely a shadow user. We wanted to get elite sysop, which is 61 to 65 points, but we did not get there. I'm a sucker for an upgrade. Yeah, me too. Me too. Are you going to be playing this primarily solo or like multiplayer? That was one thing that surprised me. I don't know how trustworthy this is, but I was copying the just the game description off of Board Game Geek, just to put in the description on YouTube, actually. And one thing I noticed is that, like, there's not, like, the recommended player count, there's not a lot of info there yet. I think there's only a couple of votes, but it was starkly negative for more than 2 players, which I found very surprising, right? I'm a multiplayer gamer primarily. That's fair. It's fair. I usually play solo here on Sundays, but am otherwise usually playing with a group of either 2 or 4. And this, I think, would be a more dynamic game for sure with more players. The solo game's interesting. Solo games, I don't know if you ever do solo gaming, but one of the things that's challenging with solo games is sort of, how does your opponent work? You know, usually we get some sort of bot player, right? A dummy player of some kind. And they're, you know, of varying levels of cleverness, right? And also upkeep. And this one's like very easy to execute, but it's sort of irritating in that it's a little random in when the game's going to end. It was a little bit more, like, it felt a bit more even and predictable this time than last time. It's not that it has to be predictable, but it did feel like the game goes very quickly. It's quite surprising. Like, your maximum number of contracts that you can complete in this game is 9. We finished 5 and we had nothing going for us. Like, it feels, and I took cubes everywhere possible in order to complete more contracts. That was my goal this time through. And it didn't feel like we had the bandwidth to complete even a single extra one. Certainly not 4 additional ones. Like, no way. Someone was in here in chat earlier saying that the solo mode they had played the other day, and that it was really hard to score well. And like, that's definitely the vibe I'm getting. I'm gonna give it one more try. We're gonna see if we can get that elite sysop, but I don't know how I can change up what I'm doing in order to functionally score more points. Seems tough. Got a regular Wednesday game night at a local board game cafe, and Cult of the New is big. Yeah, that can be a thing. It's interesting. I find that, you know, I was the primary, like I for most of my game groups, I'm usually the one bringing, you know, games most of the time. And I found that I was the one who was causing Cult of the New to be a thing. And there's sort of this anti-Cult of the New vibe lately where folks are just like, yeah, I don't know. They got tired of playing the same game every time, playing exactly the opposite of what I said. Tired of playing a new game every single time. And they kind of want to play something a little different, you know, or God, what is happening to my words? They want to play the same thing repeatedly instead of something different every time. Whew. That was really hard to say for reasons that I don't know that I fully understand. I butchered that so bad. Anyways, I was bringing games and forcing folks to play something new every time, and they were kind of not into it. So usually here on Sundays, like I said, I do solo Sundays. I play a solo game, and almost exclusively it's new to me. It's not always new, but I first time games on stream a lot. Like that was my second playthrough of this game. Obviously I hadn't played it off stream before, so just how it goes. Okay, one thing we haven't tried that we're going to try to shake up here is we're going to try playing as a different player color. Not that I think that that's actually going to have any significant effect on the game, but why not? I'm just going to use the red markers for me, but I'm going to try being purple this time. We start down here in the heights. Wildly different, I'm sure. And we start with a different starting card. And otherwise, it's basically identical, but we're trying things. Why not? Here, I'll get the purple dude. Maybe I will switch those. Just because we can. There we go. It's all back to normal now. All is right within the world. We got the correct colors of everything. Okay, we're also going to try a new character. We're going to try this one. I don't know what that is. What is it? Tarot, whose special ability is called Troll. Hope he's not trolling me. God. Swap any tile in the left column with any tile in the right column. Okay, that seems useful. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. What do we start with? We start with a red, a black cube, and a purple cube, $1, and we need a new contract or job. I keep wanting to call them contracts, but they're not contracts. Job. What do we get here? Oh, we got a purple one. Sweet. I don't know if that's useful, but that's what we got. And the only thing we have left to do is shuffle these guys up, and we can give this one more try. I mean, logically, we should do repeated plays to get better value and also explore the depths. Yeah, it's a total interesting thing for me, I find, like breadth versus depth. I really like and appreciate, especially currently these days in board gaming, there's so like such a variety of experiences available. There's so many new games, and you know, more games than I have time to reasonably play them, right? But it's true that it's like sometimes it's interesting to see how a game evolves over time as you figure out how to do it, and not only how you figure it out, but like metagaming within your group. Like the game I've probably played the most is Terra Mystica, and with the primary group that I play it with, we've played it at least 100 times. And like the way that we play the game has definitely like evolved over time, you know? It's just kind of interesting to reflect on. All right, so we're all set up here. And we start. So, how are we going to do it differently this time than last time? I don't know. Maybe we should try some of these freelance contracts. We don't get to tuck them under our board, so they deny us a improvement, but they do allow us to, we can complete them anywhere. That's actually been a significant restriction, is that if we want to complete the red job, we got to be in downtown, and like it's kind of hard to achieve that. It seems like it should be easy, but it isn't. So maybe that's something that we could kind of work at a little bit. And failing that, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how we're going to make this different. Our purple cards here predispose us to doing the hard to achieve contracts. I don't think that's happening. We've never completed 6 jobs. That feels unlikely, but maybe it's achievable. I don't know. Okay, so for our first turn, we're either drawing jobs. Nothing here seems particularly lucrative to me. Not that I know what a good job is. Though maybe we just try to go dirt cheap and only complete cheap jobs, which require few cubes and do more contracts. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go here. We're going to move 1. And we're going to draw a cube. We're going to take a yellow cube so that we can complete our starter contract and just get it out of the way. Gain some influence. I didn't shuffle this deck, obviously, so we're going to do that first. Nice to talk, Jimmy. See you around. Have a good one. All right, so we got a cube. We hope that this guy's not going to block us so that we can complete it. This guy's going to move 2. This guy's going to move 3. We have less influence, so he's going to nuke our cheap card strategy. That's out. And he's going to gain an influence. Okay, so we are going to move here and we're going to take the district action. We gain a purple cube. We're then going to spend purple, yellow, and black in order to complete the heights. That's going to earn us a cube of our choosing. I don't actually have any idea what is a good move there. Probably we want to try and maybe complete one of these yellow ones soon. Or maybe that covert one, the freelance one. So let's just take a yellow cube because we'll need it for either one of those. We also gain influence. This means we can hack and do the blue ones as well. And we can put this in any of these spots. Let's put it in the notoriety spot so that we can start working towards gaining 2 cubes on the cube actions. All right. AI boy, what are you doing? This guy moves 1. This guy moves 3. 1, 2, 3. Right in our way. What a jerk. We have more notoriety. He's going to burn the freelance card that we wanted to take. Sucks to suck. And then they gain 2 influence. Yikes. Okay, so what do we want to do? We're either getting jobs or hacking. Now, we can do the blue hack as well, so maybe that's viable for us. This one we have to get from here to here, which this column all being those swirly whirly ones just sucks. I don't like that at all. But we do have the swap any tile in the left column with any tile in the right column as our troll action. So that's a thing we can still do. None of those are rotated in a way that's particularly good for us, but I don't think the hacking is really gonna work out. Like, it's kind of yucky. But what we could do is we could go here, and then we can pick up cards. We said we wanted to try and complete a blue one. This one's cheap. We almost have what we need for it. Well, almost. We actually really don't almost, but that's okay. We're going to still live the dream. We don't want to take this super expensive one. Maybe we want just maybe we don't want that one. I want ones that give us cubes back. We almost have what we need for this one. Fudging the annual report. Both of these do not give us cubes, which is yucky. You know what? Let's live the dream. Let's just take them. Let's just take them and see what happens. Okay, we'll take those 2 cards. What's the AI going to do to us? How is he going to ruin our day this time around? We really get to either hack or pick up cards literally every turn. That's happened. We haven't had any choices except that for the past several turns here. That sucks. It's okay though. We have more notoriety. We're going to cycle this one. Maybe we'll get a hackable thing that doesn't suck. These swap, which is probably pretty okay. And then he gains 2 notoriety. Okay, so do we want to hack or pick up cards? I mean, we can do the district action, and then if we do that, we could complete a card, but it has to be a card that's in our district, which we can't actually do because we don't have the right colors of cubes, and this guy's blocking the cube thing because that's just what's happened every time. So probably we have to try hacking here. So this one seems, the Capron Station seems maybe viable, you know? I think actually that one's super achievable for us to get the left, the blue and the green ones. So let's try it. We're going to hack. We're going to do Capron Station here. And what that's going to look like is we're going to use our troll action to swap any 2, one from the left, one from the right column. And then I think we're done. This comes in this way and makes it out that side, and we get the blue one. 1 move, puzzle solved. We get an extra $1 and a cube of our choosing, which we are going to choose black. All right, what's our AI friend gonna do? Cool. We have less than him this time. That one's gonna go away. What am I doing? That's the wrong card. There's nothing there to get eliminated. He's gonna gain influence. Okay, so we can actually go get cubes now, and we can get 2 cubes of our choosing, or we can do the waterfront action. We'd only gain 1 cube, but we'd actually be able to complete our reverse engineer algorithm, which I think is the better move. So let's take the district action. We gain a blue cube. We're going to spend a blue, a red, and a black. We're going to finish this. We're going to put it down here in order to increase our notoriety. So we gain influence. We get a cube of our choosing, which we're going to choose blue. No, we don't get a cube of our choosing. My mistake. We get a card from here. I don't know. We want to complete a black one at some point here to go with this, but there's none available. We already have a yellow one. If we can get another easy yellow one, that would be all right. Let's try this one. Okay, and because we put this here, we gain a notoriety. And then we're done. So what's the AI gonna do? Not move at all. We have more notoriety than them. Man, the game's gonna end so quickly. The evidence of fraud that gets erased. This gets deleted. Unlucky. And he moves forward 2 on this track, and like potentially we have like 1 or 2 more turns and then the game's over. Just because all we've gotten are these influence ones, and every card we flipped out has had 2 on them, basically. Yikes. All right, what are we gonna do? We want to complete the fudge the annual report, but the problem is we need a blue cube in order to do so. So we're gonna go here, and we're gonna get 2 cubes of our choosing. We're gonna choose a blue, and we're gonna choose something else that we need but don't have, like red or black. Let's take a black one, and then we can also just spend our $2 to take an additional action. We'll take the district action. We gain a yellow cube. We're then going to spend these 3 yellow, purple, blue, and complete the fudge the annual report. We're going to tuck that over here with our cubes. So we get to take a card from here. Let's take the black one because we need that for our bonus points, and it's low cost to do. We get to increase our influence, and then we get to take 2 cubes of our choosing. And if we take a yellow one, we get an additional yellow, and if we take a blue, we get an additional blue. So let's take a blue and a yellow, and we'll get 2 of each. That felt okay. All right, this guy moves to be in our way. And then we have more notoriety than them. So he's gonna cycle this deck, swap these 2, steal all of these. We never collect those cubes in the solo game. It's like almost not worth putting them out. And then he gains 2 notoriety. He has more than us now. All right, so we have 5 cubes, 6 cubes. It'd be nice to finish this liberate funds from the vault, but I don't think we can. We need a purple and a red cube, and there's no practical way to get those unless we hack for them. But even then, we can only get 1 of them. And we would be out of the yellow zone anyway. So we're not going to complete that yellow one anytime soon. So let's focus maybe on completing one of the other ones. Unfortunately, to complete this purple one, we need to get 6 more cubes than we have currently. So that feels impossible. So black lets us complete a contract minigame, right? And yellow lets us complete a second contract minigame. So we really do want to just complete these 2. And this one's a little bit less of interest to us, actually. So maybe let's just let that one go for now. And let's just focus on picking up cubes and see what happens. So we'll go... I mean, if we get more notoriety, we can get more cubes. But we need to gain 2. We can't currently hack. So let's just forget it. Let's just go here, and let's get the cubes we need. So we're going to get to the black one first here. So let's just take the 2... Or, well, we need 1 black cube. And then to complete this one, we're missing purple and red. So let's take a purple cube. And we're at 2, 4, 6, 8 cubes. So we basically can't store any more. Yellow is going to move 1. Black is going to move 2. We have less notoriety. So they're going to cycle this deck. Swap these 2 spots. That did not work smoothly. And put a purple in the purple section. And then he's going to gain a notoriety. This is evened out a little bit now. Okay, so the hell are we going to do? We want to complete our black and then our yellow jobs. So the black one, we have everything we need to complete it. We just need to be down here. And the yellow one, we still need a red cube. And otherwise we've got it. It'd be better to complete the yellow one first, but that's unlikely. So we can go gain cubes, but the problem with that is we don't actually have storage space for them. We'd be maxed out. We could always just solve that pretty quickly by doing the black one next. Or we could hack and gain some notoriety or whatever. That is an option. This is extremely achievable, but the blue part of it isn't really. Because we can use our troll to just swap like this tile and this tile, and we are done the thing. We gain $2 and a notoriety. But we wouldn't get the bonus cubes unless we did something else. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Like, just picking up cubes feels dumb. Let's just do it. Let's just, like, we can do this, but we gain a notoriety and $2, and like, then what? I don't know. I guess then we put more cubes on the map, which might be useful, but this feels like it doesn't really reward you much. Like, I get so little value compared to the bot. All right, let's just try our get lots of cubes strategy. Forget it. We won't hack. So what do we need? We need a red cube. And that's the only one we strictly speaking need. So I guess we'll take a purple one because we need lots of purple for this other one. And it'd be nice to complete it. It's worth a ton of points if we do get it done. And then what's the AI going to do? Move forward 1, move forward 2. We have less notoriety, so he's going to cycle this deck. So still not the one that's really easy for us to achieve. That's cool. And then he's going to swap these 2. Doesn't really affect things for us, too bad. And then he's going to put a black cube out in south side. Which is pretty okay for us. And he's going to gain a notoriety. Alright, so we want to come to south side. And we want to do the the action here. So we gain a black cube, and then we're going to pay 2 black cubes and a yellow cube to complete the falsify records in lawsuit. This lets us grab one of these cards, and also lets us let's take this one. It also lets us increase our notoriety. Now we can do all of the hacking, or sorry, not notoriety, influence. And then we have to put this over here because we want to complete that set. So that gives us an additional notoriety. So we're almost at the point where we're going to get 3 cubes for our trouble, which would be cool. And then we get everything from south side. So we have another black cube. So we have 2, 4, 6, 7, 9 cubes. We really didn't use very many up, but that's okay. We still got the thing finished. That's big. And we still have less notoriety. This guy's going to get rid of the freelance card. He's going to nuke this. And he's going to increase his influence. All right, so we want to complete this yellow card. Now we do not have any... Oh, I think we would have got an extra black one from the supply, because every time we get a black one, we get an additional one. It's for all the colors, actually, that we have. Yellow, blue, and black. Okay, so what the hell are we going to do? We want to get to the yellow area of the board. And we can spend cubes to go further. Like, that's an option. I just don't want to waste them when we're going to suddenly need them very soon. But we could come here and hack. We know the one hack is extremely achievable for us. So we could potentially just do it, right? This tile's super useless. I hate this thing. I would love to get additional value. I mean, mind you, we get extra cubes from that, which really isn't additional value. We would get additional notoriety, and we would get some money. And then we can make it to yellow next turn. So let's just do it. We'll do this hack. I guess we can see if this one's achievable easily. And if it isn't, we can always just cycle it. This one's not super achievable. It's not super hard, but it's not super easy either. So we'll cycle that and then we'll see what we get. Yeah, this one kind of blows. Omega Logistics. I don't think that's it. I mean, getting the second notoriety would be really nice, honestly. How could we achieve that? If we shifted these over, we would have, from here, we'd have pink connected, and then we'd have a disaster on our hands on this side. But we could, yeah. That one's kind of scummy. I don't love that one. So the Scion Institution is the easy one to achieve. We can achieve that with a single move. We just only get the green, sadly. And I don't think there's a good way for us to get more out of it. But we also get $2, which lets us take an additional turn later. So let's just do it. Let's just do this. We'll troll. We'll use our troll move to swap these. And that gets us fully connected. We do not get this one down here, and I don't think there's a good way to do it. It almost feels like there is, but I don't think it's actually that there actually is. You know, I'm not sure. And we can't get that top one either, the pink one, which we can earn now, but I don't think there's a good way of achieving that one either. Almost. We can really almost get those other ones. Whatever. We gain an influence. We gain $2. And we put some of these on the map. Maybe it's in helpful places. Behind us, not helpful. Way far away, not likely to be helpful, but maybe. We've been surprised in the past. All right. This guy's going to be a pain in the ass. We have less influence, or notoriety rather. Gets rid of another freelance card. Gets rid of this. And increases his influence. So next time influence goes up, the game is over. So we have to finish this yellow thing, like, pronto. Now we have the cubes we need to do it. Which basically just means we're going 1, 2. We're moving to there, and we're taking the district action. So we gain 2 yellow cubes, and then we can complete it. 2 yellow, a blue, a purple, and a red. And we can put it down here, which lets us get 2 cubes of our choosing. We also get one of the hacking tokens, which might be useful. And we increase on both of these, notoriety and influence. So we get 2 cubes of our choosing. If we wanted to complete this, there's some hope for us here where we could. It would get us a move on each of these, which is worth 4 points, plus 7 points for it, or 8 points for it. It's worth 12 points if we get it done. So, what's going to be the hardest thing? Probably we need a red cube, which is sitting right there, and 3 purple cubes. So, I don't know if we can do that, but we can try. Let's take 2 purple cubes. Actually, no, because we can get the purple cube from here. So let's take a red cube and a purple cube. Because then we just need 1 additional purple cube, and we're good. Okay. So we have $2. We could use those $2 to take an additional action if we wanted. Or we could just save them for next time, because then potentially they can help us get this extra thing done. I feel like the AI is just going to make us, like, our turn's going to be over, and it's going to be extremely sad. But essentially, the only other thing we could do is we could hack. Now, if we do hack, potentially we get, you know, that extra cube we need or something like that. So I think we risk it here, and we're going to try spending our $2 to take the extra action. We'll hack. Now, which of these is the most achievable to us? This one we can do really easily. Let's do the Cutter Labs one. Let's just try it. So, if we do our troll and we swap these two, and then we rotate this, we then have the green and the blue completed. And then we could discard a card. Let's discard this one. We're never going to complete it. And we can rotate this one. And then we've completed everything that's on that card. Pink, blue, and green. That gets us 2 notoriety, a cube of our choosing, and $1. And the cube of our choosing is going to be purple. This means that we can complete this next turn even if the thing's going to end the game, which is really big. We're going to put out a black cube in the waterfront, which isn't going to matter, and a blue cube where we're at. All right, AI, what are you up to this time? This is moving 2 spots. This is moving 3. And then we have more notoriety. So we're going to cycle the deck here. We're going to do some swapsies on the Panops tiles. Why are they called that? I don't know. I wonder if there's a reason. And then we're going to put out a cube in the downtown, which could be useful, but isn't. Okay. So we have maximum cubes. And we can definitely complete this next turn. Because when we take the district action, we will earn the purple cube that we need in order to finish it. So, if we're trying to min-max here, we should be trying to not gain a notoriety and do something else. Because if we do a notoriety... Actually, if we do a notoriety, we get the AI turn and then we get one final one. So, we could go hack and then we could end by completing this. It's probably our best bet. So, we're going to go 1, 2. Which of these do we want to do? I don't think we want to do the ring wire one. Also, we want to generally get... this one's basically complete. We want to get 2 notorieties on here, if at all possible. Which we didn't find. That's okay. Well, we don't want to do that Annika Coalition either. So we're going to do the Cybercast XNet. And how are we going to do this in a way that doesn't suck? I mean, we can rotate this and we're done the green part. And we're done the blue part. We just missed the pink one, which is just 1 cube. Who cares? Oh, this is our last time. We'll just use this as a free action. We have green. We have blue. And we have pink. We got all of it. So we gain a notoriety, which means we do an AI turn and then 1 more turn for us. We get $2. And we get 2 cubes of our choosing. Which is gonna be... I don't know. We need a purple one anyway. For this thing, and then we have everything we need for it, and we can't actually have more cubes. We're gonna end up having to throw some away, so we'll just call it there. And then the AI goes. We have more notoriety than them. They're gonna get rid of a card. They're gonna steal everything here because like we basically never get to use that mechanic ever. I kind of don't know why it exists in the game, frankly. And then it's our turn. We get our last turn. So we're going to move 1, 2. It doesn't matter where we move to. We're taking the district action. We gain a purple cube. We're going to spend 4 purple, a red, a blue, a yellow, and a black. A little bit of everything. And... we are going to complete the expose identity of agent. And we're going to put it over here. So we're going to earn 2 buckaroonies. Yay. 2/5 of a point right there. 1 influence, 1 notoriety. We're going to put it in the influence column, so we'll get an additional influence. And then we're on the hack spot. So we can potentially get 2 more points if we spend our $2 to take an additional. We strong arm the locals. And we take an additional action that we haven't taken. We take the hack action. This boost thing that we did is gone. This one's basically complete. But basically isn't actually complete. Basically and actually complete are different things. So these ones suck. These ones really suck. Alright, let's try and burn one of these. See if we get something better. Free Metro Port. That's not fabulous, but it's at least achievable. That's cool. I like achievable. That always feels good. We can't even get the second one, so it doesn't matter. We just have to do the top of it. So let's just do free Metro Port. And we'll just take this action where we push this one. And then we'll rotate this one. And then we get a notoriety and $1. Isn't going to matter, but that's okay. We did it. We're happy. Life's good. I'm not going to put out the cubes because it's not going to matter. We get to figure out our score now. Game over. So, face value from our things here. We've got 13, 15, 17, 19, same as last game. We did get more for contracts, but only slightly. We completed the surveillance and the military contracts, so we get 8 points instead of 5. On the influence track, we're going to earn 8 points. We're going to earn 20 on the 20 on the notoriety track. From our majority thing or whatever, we get 2 bonus points, basically. And then we have 7 items here, so we get 1 point from that. So, 27, 35, 55, 57, 58. So we're still in the same category we were at before. We got 58 points. We're still a shadow user. All right. Perfect ad timing. I'm going to wait for that ad to end, and then we're going to talk about this game. And I think I'm going to call it quits. This was fun, but I don't think I want to play it a third or a fourth time. 3 times was plenty. 3 times was plenty. Maybe while we're at this ad, I will be right back.
hard to feel myself with you miles away. I've been wondering why you cannot stay. Till my sky's blue when they're always gray. Trying to see myself, but I can't find a way. It's hard to feel myself.
All right, friends, our ad break should be over. So let's talk a little bit about this guy, Metrorunner. Overall, I think that this was like a fun, but like at least I'm 3 plays in so far, and this feels distinctly like good but not great, right? I'd be really curious to see how this plays with more players. But overall, it feels a little bit clunky, where I feel like I have really low agency in this game. It's like in a given turn, there's only a few actions in the whole game to begin with, right? You're either picking up cubes, picking up cards, or doing the hacking mini game. That's it, right? And then with the AI thing, you're pretty much only going to ever get to have 2 of those actions, and 1 will be blocked basically every turn, right? So yeah, in addition to that, at least with the solo mode, like, it goes so rapidly. It is actively anti-fun that some of these cards, like, it just makes the game go faster basically some of the time, but it's kind of like a little bit random as to, I guess if you're ahead, it goes faster. But then it's like, yeah, so in order, it always increases by 2 if you're ahead on notoriety. But that basically means you have to sort of like sandbag and stay below on notoriety, or else the game ends really quickly. So to get like, that's probably something I could have done to get a higher score, would have been to just like always have less notoriety, right? But then like that feels very gamey and not like I wanted this to be self-balancing because it was going to make the game harder, not just like you get fewer turns. It was really weird that way. Yeah, it was really weird that way. And it like, not in a satisfying way. It was just sort of like, you know, the fact that there's these 2 tracks down here, and like the game, like, so the end game conditions are get 9 contracts, which I think might be literally impossible in the solo game. Maybe if you just totally always get nothing for notoriety or whatever, but it's get 9 contracts, unlikely. Go through this whole deck, which, like, not even close, or somebody passes this line here, right? And like the bot is basically going to end the game by passing the line, most likely, right? Because it's to my advantage to not do it and to balance these out a little bit, right? So when you flip it over and the bot moves 2 spots on a track, like we were up at here at like 6, like on the influence track really early, and then we just happened to get another run of the notoriety track instead. But it felt like that was just random, and the game could have just ended in like, you know, I don't know, 8 turns or something, and that feels like not great. You know, let's like, I don't know. I love games that end like too early. Like when you're like just on the cusp of like being able to do all the things you wanted to do all game, and then the game ends. That's like awesome. Like it's just right. Like a lot of worker placement games are like that, where you kind of like scale into the game, and then it's just like you're just at the point where you're gonna have that like mega turn. Oh, actually, game's over. I love that. And I like when players have agency about when the game ends. None of that feels like quite captured here. It feels like I don't have a ton of agency. I don't have a, like I played this 3 times and I felt like I was kind of going through the motions a little bit. I didn't feel like I had a lot of choices. It's like I could do actively bad moves, or I can do the only viable move each time. And it's not like there's a ton of options there, you know? And yeah, overall it was just sort of like, it was a bit lackluster. It looks cool. This is now, I'm 2 for 2 games in 2024 that have a cyberpunk type theme that aren't that good. Cyberpunk, the board game, which was worse than this. That's like a game that's this simple, but somehow is like 10 times more complicated from a rules perspective. And then this one was like, it was okay, but it was like, it was really simple, you know, if nothing else. I guess in both cases, here's the problem with that I have with this. Cyberpunk, cool theme. I don't think there's a game out there that's done it justice yet, a board game. And in both this game, Metrorunner, and Cyberpunk 2077, the board game, both games completely wasted the theme. They didn't do anything useful with it. They kind of like took all the window dressing, oh, you're doing jobs and whatever, all the kind of typical things that are innate to the setting. You know, there's evil, faceless corporations and lots of bright colors and whatever. But then they didn't do anything actively with it to make it feel like that was part of the experience, which is the exact same thing Cyberpunk 2077, the board game, did. It's like that game's covered in like bright colors everywhere. It's the most gray and mediocre experience I've ever had, right? This feels very similar in that regard. Really simple game. Interesting. I would play it again. I'd definitely try this with more players and see if that changes things up. But it felt like, you know, like even the fact that you're adding cubes when you hack, you're adding these to the board and then you can kind of like potentially get them later. What you add is random. And then I got them, I think, one time in 3 playthroughs because the bot just usually kind of like dutifully removes them the whole time. And it's just like, why am I doing this? Like, I don't know, you know? Anyways, I want to like this more than I do. And that's a shame because a lot of the other Thunderworks games I really like. And this one was just sort of like, I think this was a miss. This was a swing and a miss. It's more simple than it should be. And just kind of a little blah. So, unlucky. Happens sometimes. Obviously means my colors equal awful game. And yeah, use the theme. So like, I will say, modern board games, Euro games, it is a common criticism that is absolutely valid of a lot of those games where the theme could be anything. They're interchangeable, right? It's themed in one way, but really all that means the theme is pasted on. It just is the art looks a certain way. And that's fine if you're doing the 100th game this year about farming or whatever. But if you're going to take like a really vibrant, bright theme that's not as common, like I think you should run with it. And run with it isn't, oh, well, we picked a really new futuristic font. It's like, do something narratively that makes me feel like this is actually related. And like hacking minigame that's a puzzle, that's as close as they get. But it's like, it doesn't actually feel right. And if we were going to do cool things with these, like, this is the coolest component of any game I've received this year too, right? These guys are awesome. I guess I could have done that. Like, these are cool as hell, right? That's neat. But if we're going to do the hacking minigame, I feel like there's other components or things we could do that are going to feel more on brand somehow. I'm not saying that I have a solution for that, but it was just sort of like, it's just a really simple puzzle that's like I guess I would say this is not fair because it's video games, but like it's like if you're picking a lock in Skyrim, it's like the puzzle is actually somehow like this could be representative of what lock picking is like, right? Whereas this is like I'm making paths on a 3x3 grid. Okay, maybe those are some, you know, analogy for hacking in some way, but they could also be just some, like anything else, right? It's just sort of a little bit, I don't know. An allegory to our future AI overlords. Listen, that's twice now you've said future AI overlords. That makes me nervous. But yeah. Anyways, interesting game. Wish they did more with the theme. But what are you gonna do? Anyways, so let's talk about stream things in the next little while. I feel like the next couple of weeks are gonna be weird. So My kids are off to summer camp. So normally I stream on YouTube with my daughter Sarah on Wednesdays. I don't know if I'm going to do a solo stream or just skip that stream or what for the next couple of weeks while she's at summer camp. I don't know. I haven't really figured that out yet. So I may or may not be streaming on Wednesdays. That might mean I could actually just do a stream here on Twitch too, you know, instead of just on YouTube. So I might pop up a little more in the next couple of weeks or less. And I don't know the answer yet. Stream with Martina. Listen, I like that idea. I guarantee she's listening too. So maybe I can convince her to do it, because here's the thing. This coming week, that's not happening. But the week after that, I'm gonna share a secret with you. She's on vacation. She doesn't have a compelling reason to say no. So maybe I could get a surprise Martina stream in there. You are, of course, you're listening in. Yeah, exactly, right? So maybe I can convince Martina to get in here. We'll see. And then I know it's like, it feels like an eternity from now, but on the 16th of July, that's a Tuesday, I am going to do another stream on YouTube with two of my kids, and we are going to play a whole bunch of KTBG games, kids table board gaming. We're going to do like a little tier list, I think, actually. So I don't know how many we're going to get through. I haven't figured out if it's even possible for three of us to fit at the table here and play on stream somehow. There's a whole bunch of variables I got to figure out. We're going to try and figure something out there and get a little bit more kid-friendly gaming in. So that's going to be a thing on the 16th. And what else do I have to tell you about? I don't know. I'm working on this funky project called Meeples by Mail, where we're going to start a board game club and send games around the earth. It may or may not be viable, but we're going to give it a try. I made a website for it, meeplesbymail.com. It is not good. It needs lots of work, but there is a wait list there if you're interested to indicate your if you're interested to join the wait list. Please do. It does have an annoyingly long survey attached to it, but if the survey is too long, it's probably not the program for you anyway. So it's sort of self-selecting on purpose. But feel free to check that out. And I'm going to have lots more news on that front in the next couple of weeks, because I'm in this program called Build Space, which basically is like pick something you're passionate about and like build something in 6 weeks. And this is week 2. And we're going to be on to within a month. It'll be week 6. It'll be over. So I'm going to keep talking about that over the next little while for sure. So you guys will hear more. That sounds fun. I'm going to get elbowed. It'll be fine. Oh, by the kids. Yeah, totally. It'll happen. All right. Well, I think I'm going to drop off the stream on YouTube. I don't know how to end when I'm streaming to both platforms. It's kind of weird, but I end up like having this weird ending stream stuff on YouTube that isn't really relevant because we can't raid on YouTube. So I'm going to end the stream over there. Bye, YouTube friends. And then I'm going to find a place to raid.